Summary of Nudge: Improving Decisions About Health, Wealth, and Happiness by Richard Thaler and Sunstein. In Nudge: Improving Decisions About Health, Wealth, and Happiness, Richard Thaler and Sunstein introduced the concept of nudging, a way to influence people's behavior without restricting their freedom of choice. The authors, both behavioral economists, build on the idea that human decisions are often irrational and subject to biases. They argue that by designing environments that nudge people toward better decisions, individuals can improve their lives without limiting their freedom or autonomy. The book explores how small changes in the way choices are presented can have a powerful impact on decisions in various aspects of life, including health, finance, and policy. The concept of nudging. A nudge is defined as any aspect of the choice architecture, the way choices are presented, that alters people's behavior in a predictable way without eliminating any options or significantly changing their economic incentives. Nudges are subtle, non-coercive interventions that encourage individuals to make decisions that align with their long-term interests, such as saving for retirement, eating healthier, or reducing their carbon footprint without restricting their freedom to choose otherwise. The core idea is that people often make suboptimal decisions due to cognitive biases, such as procrastination, overconfidence, and a tendency to stick with default options. By making small changes to the environment in which decisions are made, policymakers and institutions can guide people toward better choices. The two systems of decision-making. Thaler and Sunstein draw on the work of Daniel Kahneman and others in behavioral economics, particularly the distinction between two systems of decision-making. System 1. Fast, automatic, and intuitive decision-making. This system is influenced by biases, emotions, and heuristics, mental shortcuts. System 2. Slow, deliberate, and rational decision-making. This system requires more cognitive effort and is used for complex decisions. The authors argue that while System 2 is capable of making better decisions, most people rely on System 1 for most decisions. Because System 1 is quick but often irrational, it leads to poor choices. Nudging aims to design environments that steer people toward decisions that will improve their well-being, without forcing them into a particular choice. The power of defaults. One of the most powerful nudges discussed in the book is the role of default options. People tend to stick with the default option, even if it is not the best choice. Thaler and Sunstein argue that by setting the right default options, institutions can guide people toward better choices. For example, in the context of retirement savings, automatically enrolling employees in a retirement plan with the option to opt out significantly increases participation rates, leading to better financial outcomes in the long run. Similarly, in healthcare, the default option of organ donation with the option to opt out can dramatically increase donation rates, thus saving more lives. By framing default choices carefully, governments and organizations can encourage positive behavior without restricting personal freedom. Choice architecture. The authors introduce the concept of choice architecture, which refers to the way decisions are structured and presented to individuals. The arrangement of options, the framing of choices, and the manner in which information is presented all influence people's decisions. Small changes in choice architecture can have a huge impact on behavior. For instance, simply changing the order in which food items are presented in a cafeteria, placing healthier options at eye level, can lead to healthier eating habits. Likewise, simplifying the enrollment process for benefits, making the instructions clearer, and highlighting the benefits of certain options can nudge people to make better decisions. Libertarian paternalism. A key theme in Nudge is the idea of libertarian paternalism, which is the combination of two seemingly contradictory ideas. Libertarianism, respecting individuals' freedom to make their own choices. Paternalism, intervening in people's choices to improve their well-being. The authors argue that nudging allows for a form of paternalism that preserves freedom of choice. People are still free to make decisions, but the environment in which they make those decisions is structured in a way that encourages better choices. For example, a nudge might encourage people to save more for retirement, but they are still free to opt out or change their behavior. Applications of nudging. Thaler and Sunstein explore various practical applications of nudging across different domains. Health. Nudging can be used to promote healthier behaviors, such as encouraging people to exercise, eat nutritious foods, or quit smoking. For example, labeling calorie counts on restaurant menus can nudge consumers toward healthier food choices. Finance. Nudging can help individuals make better financial decisions, such as saving for retirement, managing debt, or avoiding impulse purchases. Automatic enrollment in savings plans or credit card statements with easy-to-understand information can nudge people toward more responsible financial behaviors. Environmental sustainability. Nudges can promote environmentally friendly behaviors, such as reducing energy consumption or recycling. For instance, providing feedback on energy use in comparison to neighbors can encourage people to reduce their energy consumption. Education. In educational settings, nudging can encourage students to complete assignments, seek help when needed, or develop better study habits. Simple changes, such as sending reminder messages or framing deadlines as opportunities for growth, can have a positive impact. Ethics of nudging. While nudging can have positive outcomes, Thaler and Sunstein also address the ethical considerations involved. They acknowledge that nudging can be used for both beneficial and harmful purposes. For example, marketers could use nudges to exploit consumers or influence them into unhealthy behaviors. Therefore, they emphasize that nudging should always be transparent, aligned with individuals' long-term interests, and implemented with their well-being in mind. Conclusion. In Nudge, Thaler and Sunstein offer a compelling argument for how small, thoughtful interventions can have a powerful effect on improving decision-making. By recognizing the biases and limitations inherent in human decision-making, we can design environments that help people make better choices, leading to improved health, wealth, and happiness. To book advocates for the use of nudges in public policy, business, and personal life to help individuals make decisions that are in their best interest, without taking away their freedom to choose. Nudge is an insightful exploration of how behavioral economics can be applied to improve decision-making, offering practical, ethical strategies for influencing behavior in a way that benefits society as a whole.